Hey, Sunshine Chasers. It's Deb and Joel and our dog Maya from Chasing Our Sunshine.
All right, we made it. We're officially at mile 0 of the Elk-Can Highway.
We made it through the wildfire zone with just 24 hours to spare before the entire Alaska highway was shut down. It is really smoky and you can smell it, you can taste it. And I have a feeling everything in the RV is going to smell like the smoke by the time we get through this. This is the story of how our 1999 Minnie Winnie and our RV Caravan pushed through active fires, dealt with 65-mile-per-hour winds, and road closures that could have ended our Alaska dreams before it even began.
An evacuation order is being expanded for the Summit Lake wildfire. The wildfire is burning out of control west of Fort Nelson. It's burning on both sides of the Alaska highway, closing the road in both directions.
So we're just wondering if they have us paused here for a second while something's going on or if the fire's getting close to the road.
Yeah, I hope we don't get turned around.
I really hope we don't get turned around. Ugh.
Not Joel approved. I was not consulted on this.
But let's start from the beginning as full-time RVers leaving Jasper, a community devastated by wildfires but showing incredible hope and resilience. We needed to fuel up before our Alaska highway adventure. So currently back home at the little gas station in Fairchild, Wisconsin, a gallon of gasoline is $2.89 US. It's $3.51 a gallon for us here. So math-wise, it's smart to try to find discounts for fuel and load up in areas that you can. So be prepared for that. And what was the damage?
$120.
Wheels are turning, the road is wide. Our home on wheels is our joy and pride. With our dog riding shotgun in the morning glow. Freedom's calling, we're ready to go. Chasing our sunshine.
All right, what you eating?
All right, I'm gonna eat the famous maple glazed donut with some filling in it from Tim Hortons here in Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. Famous Canadian maple glazed donut. Now that's good.
So we stayed in a Walmart parking lot in Grand Prairie, and I guess I would recommend finding a different place to boondock. It's doable, but the site that they want you on is back in a dirt lot that's completely unlevel. You're right next to the road, and we got to see a bunch of police stops.
Yeah.
Our friends brought us some Tim Hortons donuts this morning, and they are Joel approved.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we made it. We're officially at mile 0 of the Elk-Can Highway, which is the Alaska-Canada highway that's going to take us up through British Columbia and through the Yukon to Alaska.
So we're looking forward to having a great time. We're with 3 other rigs, so there's 4 of us traveling together, and we're having a great time, and now's the start of the adventures, and hopefully we see a lot of wildlife.
At the world's famous Alaskan Highway and putting up the sticker.
It's official. Chasing Our Sunshine is headed to Alaska on the highway.
And when you stop at this famous sign to get your picture taken, don't forget to walk down and come into the visitor center. The staff here is so friendly. They gave us brochures and
websites to go on and check the road conditions because due to constructions, and at the time we're here, wildfires. They gave us a whole bunch of information on that, so that's awesome.
Yes, and you can tour for free the actual train station and where the people that ran it lived back in like 1931. Right here in the visitor center in Dawson Creek, British Columbia, is that northern Alberta original train station. You can walk through it, see how they lived in the actual quarters to the railroad station workers, I'm assuming. And it's so cool to come in here and see all the old artifacts that they have saved. And upstairs, there is literally a room that is my sister's worst nightmare.
I confirm that.
She believes that some dolls will come to life at night and harm her. So, sorry, Diane, if you're watching this video, you're not going to want to come to this train station.
No.
All right, let's hit the road and head north.
Whoa, freedom's calling, we're ready to go, chasing our sunshine, under endless skies, through the mountains high, where the eagles fly, rivers so clear and the...
So as our viewers, we recognize someone lost their stinky slinky right in the middle of that bridge. Whoops. So traveling in a caravan, and it's completely different than what we've been doing for the past 4 years. Well, now we have 4 in the caravan, so 4 different rigs that we have to fit in everywhere. So we couldn't fit in the gas station that they had picked out. And now we're at a really adorable mom and pop's gas station 20 minutes up the road from everyone else. And we even got, he's cleaning our windshield.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Great. We have not been to a full service.
No?
This is so nice.
Huh.
Look at how cute this place is. And the final price for what we just paid at that mom and pop place was $4.58 a gallon for regular gasoline. Oh, that hurts, and hurts a lot. See the smoke from the fires starting right up there. Right there.
Right there. There he is, little guy.
It is really smoky, and you can smell it, you can taste it, and I have a feeling everything in the RV is going to smell like the smoke by the time we get through this. Day 2, 311 miles in 8 hours to beat the smoke and incoming winds on the Alaska Highway. All right, Sunshine Chasers, we have been on the road for 8 hours today. And one thing that has been absolutely critical on the Alaskan Highway is keeping our food and beverages nice and cold and fresh. And there's one thing that's been a game changer for us on this adventure on the Alaskan Highway. It is the ICECO JP40 Pro. And honestly, it has been perfect for our full-time lifestyle and our adventures through Canada. And while we're doing long travel days like we just did, 311 miles through remote areas, we can't always find a grocery store or ice. And it can be either a freezer or a refrigerator itself. And right now, obviously, we have it set on as a refrigerator. This thing runs on 12-volt power right from our RV, so it's constantly maintaining temperature whether we're driving or parked, and it's the perfect size for our Minnie Winnie, where it doesn't take up too much room, but it does help us with saving room in that tiny refrigerator that we have, and it extends our travels here on the Alaska Highway. So if you are planning your own Alaska adventure or just needing an extra room for food or beverages, we highly suggest purchasing a ICECO JP40 Pro, and we have partnered with them. Use the code Sunshine12 for 12% off of your very own ICECO cooler. You will not be disappointed, and I will put a link in the description to purchase your very own. Thank you, ICECO, for keeping our food cold. That's enough gear talk for today. I'm going to go and find Joel and enjoy that nice cold beer. And tomorrow we're going to tackle that fire zone and hopefully beat those winds. Let's see what the Alaska Highway has in store for us tomorrow. Good morning, Sunshine Chasers. Well, actually, I don't know what time you're watching this, but it's morning for us. And guess what we're doing today?
Driving.
We're driving, and we're not only trying to beat the winds, but we're trying to beat the fire.
Trying to beat some smoke.
Oh,
Smoke them if you got them.
we are heading right into the fires here in British Columbia, outside of Fort Nelson. We are actually listening to the radio. We're getting a radio station for once. What do you listen to as you drive?
Radio, podcasts, and books on
Tape. Yep.
or audiobooks, I guess you call them now. They're probably not on any cassettes any longer.
No.
I'm aging myself.
I guess you are. Should we put an 8-track in?
Hey, my first car had an 8-track.
But we are heading to Fort Nelson, and we just heard on the radio that the winds are going to be sustained at 45 miles per hour with 60 mile per hour gusts tomorrow, which is Friday, June 6th. So we are pushing it to get through where the fire is today, and hopefully get to Liard Hot Springs, which is showing it's in 200 miles for us, and stay there for 2 nights. We're like flexible with our plans, and I said we want to go safely, but because of the fire, the road is down to 1 lane, and we've been paying attention to that. We're gonna stop for gas in Fort Nelson, and right now it's pretty clear out, but closer we get to Fort Nelson, it looks the more smoky that it's gonna become. So let's try to beat these winds and fire.
Oh, you got a little one.
Oh, and a cub. Oh, I don't know if I got it.
Gotta be quicker. Yeah, I had a little one.
And we're stopped.
We are stopped.
I don't even know how long it's been. So now we gotta wait for the traffic to come this way, so we could be here for hours. So it's been a half hour since we last talked to you, and cars just came this way, so we're hopeful right now, aren't we, Maya? All right, the gates lifted, and the pilot cars heading that way. We're moving along at a nice pace, but as we push forward, we're smelling more smoke and seeing it, and now we're at a dead stop.
We are moving through the 1 lane with our escort, but now we're stopped.
We can see helicopters in the distance heading towards where we can see a big plume of smoke too. So we're just wondering if they have us paused here for a second while something's going on, or if the fire's getting close to the road.
Yeah, I hope we don't get turned around.
I really hope we don't get turned around. Ugh. We have such an appreciation for the firefighters in not only the United States, but in all of the world and in Canada. And those of you that are out fighting these forest fires and wildfires to try to protect the communities in the surrounding area, God bless you and be safe. And just like that, it looks like the smoke is cleared and we're going to be out of the danger area here shortly, and back on track to get to Liard Hot Springs. Maybe we'll soak in the hot springs tonight.
If we make it that far.
Alright. So far, this area through where the fire was, I would say is a Joel approved road, but looks like it's going to be getting mountainous, and we'll let you know.
Yeah, it's not been too bad so far. Luckily, I know that there's no traffic coming the other way, so I can take up the whole road.
He is taking up the whole road. Not Joel approved.
Not Joel approved. I was not consulted on this.
I have to say, Joel is doing incredibly good. He's pretty annoyed right now at me for talking to you, but I'm gonna say he is doing fabulous, and this is gorgeous. And if you're not afraid of heights, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. What?
Somebody's paying for this. I don't know who it's going to be yet, but somebody's going to pay for this.
I didn't research this route.
I didn't either, because I thought it was all good.
Okay. Looks like we're past the real sketchy part, right?
To the one way.
Yay! End of the one way. So we're pulled over on the side of the road, trying to figure out if we can get into the campground or not. There's obviously 4 of us in this caravan. We left this morning and our GPS said that we should arrive just before 2 p.m. Well, we've had to stop, fuel, dump, then stop.
Oh, we got stopped by the one-way.
One-way road or whatever, dealing with that, driving. And we didn't make it here till 4 o'clock. So now we are questioning if it's going to be full or not, and if there's enough room for any of us to actually camp here tonight. The tip is supposed to be to get to this place early in the day because it fills up fast.
A few moments later.
And no room, but there is overflow parking, so we're going to go over there and boondock in that parking lot tonight. We are officially at Liard Hot Springs. We're staying in the overflow parking lot. We could have moved down to the main campground today. There are several sites that you can reserve ahead of time, but otherwise it's first come, first serve. Just removing a hair off the lens. And
Not mine, hers.
it is 26 Canadian a night, and that includes the use of the hot springs.
And that's whether you make it into the provincial park itself, the RV park itself, or you end up in the overflow. I would say there was probably 15 or so rigs in there last night in the overflow lot.
And we're here again today, and it's windy.
Windy, that's why we stayed 2 days. Actually, 1 would probably be enough here, unless you need to hunker down and do something. But really, in this area, there's a restaurant, cafe type thing across the street. or the hot springs. That's about it.
All right, and we're gonna head down and check out the hot springs. There's about a 500-meter or so boardwalk to get out there, and it's a nice walk.
Look at you converting to meters while you're
I
in
know.
Canada.
So there are pit toilets out here. There are no showers, and there are the hanging gardens. We're gonna go check those out before we actually jump in the hot tub or the hot springs. The hanging gardens are absolutely beautiful. I'm just watching my step as we go down the stairs.
Very narrow steps.
And does anybody else end up having to go to the bathroom when they get near a waterfall? Because there's pit toilets on the way back.
Well, and all around here, there's just water running everywhere. So it's all like you're sitting next to a stream.
Yeah. So let's go find the bathroom. As Joel takes his shoes off, I'm about to get into the hot springs. They have been welcoming visitors here since 1957. So apparently the challenge is to walk over and put a rock on that. That's the springs come out there. And we're both now wanting to even attempt it. It's hot.
Oh, you're following me? Peter?
We did it.
We did it. She's cheating.
I cheated. I followed him in. Woo. We are at Hot Springs. This is definitely worth a walk down to. Maybe not, you don't have to stay here at the park itself. It's nice or whatever, but I think this is kind of the only thing to do in the area.
I think so. There's not much else. You search the area. There is, like I said, a restaurant across the street, another RV park and whatnot, and a hotel.
Yeah.
I think they have rooms over there at the lodge, but yeah.
Otherwise, or whatever. It was very
Beautiful.
fun. It was nice to hang out with our friends down in the hot springs.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna go back. We're gonna shower. Oh, and it every once in a while you get a real sulfur smell, but it doesn't really stink.
No.
While you're in there.
And even when that comes, it's very faint.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of the other springs we've been to, where it's really strong.
And
rotten egg smell, not here.
we're still gonna go shower now.
Yes.
All right. Let's go visit with Maya.
Our daily shower.
Dogs are not allowed.
No, not down there. They're allowed in the RV park and the day use area, but not down by the springs.
Yeah.
The Alaskan highway threw everything at us. Long travel days, Joel's fear of heights, the wildfire zones, but we found our sunshine in these hot springs safe from the winds. But the Alaska highway wasn't done with us yet. Thanks for joining us on our RV Travel Canada adventure, Sunshine Chasers. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell because next week you'll want to see what the legendary Alaska highway has in store for us. Until next time, keep chasing that sunshine, and we hope to see you out here on your own RV adventure.